Hello BookStack. Today we're going to go over my 2016 Christmas book haul. Alright, so I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Hope you got all the reads that you wanted for Christmas. I'm hoping you've already had your 2017 reading list kind of set. I have some idea. I have authors I like to read every single year, so hopefully you got your list ready to go. I hit my Goodreads 2016 goal. I set a goal of 12. I think I ended up reading 15. You can see from the last video how many I actually read. I'll have to sit down and count them. This year I set my sights on 16. I know that's not a lot, but I typically stay pretty busy. Got a lot going on, so I try to squeeze in reading as much as I possibly can. But like I said, I'm not a very fast reader. I don't zoom through books and consume them a whole one in a weekend or a day. I kind of take my time and read it at a quick but leisurely pace to make sure I'm getting everything out of it. All right, so let's get started with my book haul from this year's Christmas. All right, starting out with a couple of puzzle books. I do like puzzle books. This one is a mathematical puzzle book, which I'm really interested in. Yeah, this one's more of like riddles and brain teasers. I also got another book, and it's like cryptograms and deciphering codes and things, which I'm very interested in. That's something I really wanted for Christmas that my wife was nice enough to pick up for me. Here's another thing I've been wanting for quite some time. It's the Apologetic Study Bible. They actually stopped printing this for a little while, I think. I had a really hard time finding it anywhere. So it's finally back. It's something that I like to do. I like to, study apologetics. I know I talked about it a little bit in the last one about studying the Bible. So this is a really good resource if you're looking for something to help with the big questions regarding Christianity and the Bible and everything like that. You can find that in this particular study Bible. So I was really happy to get that one. Staying in the lane of apologetics, you guys know I talked about in the last video my love of Ravi Zacharias. I love to read his books. So two of my friends, two of my friends who are married, they were nice enough to get me 3 Ravi Zacharias books. So we got The Grand Weaver, which I'm really excited about. Recapturing the Wonder, which I've heard him teach on quite a few times. Really excited to get into this one. And one that I'm really happy that I got, this is Walking from East to West. This is actually his autobiography. So he goes into a lot of where he came from, why, what happened in his life, what's led to where he is today. So I'm really excited to get into this one. All right, so we've come to the nerd part of our program. Hogwarts Classics. Love it. So in here is the Tales of Beetle the Bard, which I'm pretty excited about, and Quidditch Through the Ages. Now, they used to have a 2-volume set before. I had them when I was a kid a long time ago, and it was Quidditch Through the Ages and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. What was cool about that was it actually had notes in things that Harry and Hermione and Ron had written in there, and jokes they had made, and tic-tac-toe that they had played, which I thought was really cool. So I was pretty excited to get this 2-volume set, and of course, it came along with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the original screenplay. So I went and saw this movie earlier this year. I wasn't too pleased with it in the first few minutes of the film. I was like, this isn't going to be good. It's really boring, but it really picked up, and it actually ended up being a really good movie. So continuing my J.K. Rowling collection. Again, people always make fun of me for being in Harry Potter, but I say, hey, when I was a kid, that was the biggest thing. It was awesome. We read it. We loved it. It's not my fault it took her 10, 12 years to come out with all the books. So, get over it. I like Harry Potter. I'm not ashamed to admit it, and you shouldn't be either. If you haven't read it, check it out. And again, told you that was a nerd theme. Star Wars Catalyst, or Rogue One novel. Now, of course, Rogue One came out right before Christmas. Saw it, loved it. It's awesome. Now, this is not something I necessarily would have bought myself. I kept seeing it in the store, and I'm like, it might be really interesting to read one of those stories, but I don't know if I was as interested enough to make the leap to buy it. But I'm glad I got it, and I really would like to get into these novels to kind of learn some more behind the scenes, some history, some in-depth things about this storyline, which again is just about timeless. I mean, you got to think these movies have been coming out since the 70s, and people still love them. We're getting a whole new generation of people with these new movies, and I just think it's awesome. Now, speaking of books from my childhood, check this out. Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh. Of course, this is the Barnes & Noble's edition. It's pretty awesome. It's leather bound. I love these editions. I kept seeing this in the store, like, you know what, I love it because I used to watch these movies, you know, the Winnie the Pooh shows and movies with my grandmother at her house with my cousins. You know, just a really awesome time in my life. And so to have these stories, to, you know, one day when I have kids, to be able to read with them through these stories that are illustrated, I just think it's awesome. I'm really excited about having this. And again, it's kind of a throwback. It's sentimental, and it's a great addition. It's really well done. It's really well made. So I'm really happy to have it. Now, this one's a little tough to show at the same time, right? And this is where the haul and book haul kind of comes in. I'm going to show you all these at the same time. Yep, it just keeps going. There's 9 there. 9 books. And I'll show you what they are. Give me 1 second. The History of Philosophy. Now, this is by a guy named Frederick Copleston. He was a Jesuit priest. Very smart, very intelligent guy. And he decided he wanted to write a history of his subject that he studied for many, many years, the history of philosophy. And it goes all the way from Plato and Aristotle, Greek, up the Roman Renaissance, all the way into modern day philosophy, or what was really kind of modern for him, up through Albert Camus and Levi Strauss and all these guys. Really excited to have this set. Now, I only asked for the first one for Christmas. I wasn't bold enough to ask for the whole set, so let me just get the first one. I'll get started reading it, and then maybe I'll add to my collection as I go. But someone was nice enough to buy me the whole collection, so I'm really excited to have the whole collection. And it's a little intimidating seeing them all at one time, so I'm gonna have to keep them on my shelf, kind of keep them out of sight, so I don't get kind of intimidated by the size of the whole thing. All right, so just one last thing I want to go over before we wrap up this video, and that's mugs. Now, apparently people know 2 things about me. I love books and I love coffee, and so I got a bunch of mugs for Christmas. So I got 5 total. So I got a Starbucks mug, which I'm really excited about because I've had another one. I've had it for years, so finally got a replacement for that one. My wife got me another one that had a really nice, you know, cute saying on it. You know, you're the flap of my jack, you're the fortune of my cookie, and all these things. It was really, really sweet. So last year for Christmas, I got the best first lines in literature mug. So this year I got the best last lines in literature mug. So it's all the, you know, final lines of great books, you know, in literature. I know they got some Bradbury. They got Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky, Martian Chronicles on here. So it's really you know, nicely made mug. It's really cool. Next, we were just talking about Star Wars there. My brother got me this nice Death Star mug. Right, of course we always root for the rebels, but it's cool to have a Death Star mug. It's really kind of, I can see it being kind of tough to get all of stuff out of it, but it's still really neat to have. I think this may be more of a shelf one to keep up next to my Star Wars collection. And last but not least, this one I was really excited about. I didn't know that the person who bought me this, my sister bought it for me, I didn't know that she even knew that it was out there or that I wanted it. She had recently started reading these books. She's getting into it, so I was really excited about that. And she got me this mug. You probably don't know what it is, you probably don't recognize it, but this is the Marauders Map mug. So if you look it up online, if you pour hot coffee or anything, any hot liquid into this mug, it turns into the Marauders Map. So that's really cool. I was really excited to get this one. And so when I saw it, I had to show it off to some other friends that have been reading through the books and that are really excited about it. So I had to take it to their house and show them, look what I got, and of course they were all jealous. All right, so that's my 2016 Christmas book haul. Again, I hope you got all the reads you wanted for Christmas. You know, let me know some of the books that you got for Christmas in the comments down below. If you see any of these here that you wanted to read or that you have read and that you like, hey, and you want to tell me about it, put it in the comments down below. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.